Hello. Welcome to today's messages. Let's clear the energy with 432 hertz. That's it. Excellent. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you. What's out there? What's out there in that world over there? In the jungle. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and tap on in and see what we're talking about today, okay? We got, oh, wow. Okay. Okay, it's going to be like that, is it? Love never ends. Wow. Okay. Look at this card. Light and shadow, love, 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 love. Yes, okay, so I mean, this is all the kinds of love. Well, no, this is very much a love between two people, okay? But like, sexy kiss on the lips kind of love. Okay, so it's not any kind of love, it's a sexy kind. Okay. Okay, universe. This could also be your masculine and feminine divine union. It's a love, right? Love within shines from your face like sunbeams and smacks people, and they're like, what? And also, oh, wow. And because they don't know what just hit them. Love. The love between two people. What does that look like? What kind of modeling have you had of love, right? In your personal relationships, in your familia relationships? Were there people, was there a couple that modeled to you what you thought love should be? Were you surrounded by the opposite? And so you started to define what love ought to be based on what it was not being shown to you? Love is a funny thing because we can be create internal lenses and perceptions and assumptions based on all that, right? And so when we, like, if you're raised distrusting men or women, right, then there's always this suspicious hesitation. And so you're never really allowing the love in. And this is why it always has to start with you. I know, but it always has to start with you. You set the bar. You treat yourself in the way that you want to be treated and how you would treat someone that you love, right? you define through your own lovingness what love looks like. And of course, when you are bringing someone else in, it's going to be uniquely, they're bringing things to the table that don't exist when it's just you, right? But there is a bar set, there is an at least, right? There is a table that has been set that you're like, these are the things that I want on my table of love. And, as long as you allow for that to show itself uniquely by the individual bringing it. Does that make sense? Okay, we've got rebirth. Okay, which is gorgeous because there is in divine union, right? There is the two becoming, coming together and creating the third element. And I've talked about this before, and it's like this whole thing between 1 and 1 is 3 and all this, right? But it is like the Vesica Pisces, where the two circles overlap and they create this third thing in between, right? So you've got the one person and the other person, and when they come together they create a relationship. So there's them, there's you, and then there's the we part, right? The you and them together, the relationship. That is like the third element, right? An example. And then of course there's the literal, like the actual birthing, where the two come together and combine their molecules in order to create a baby, right? But creation is a beautiful thing between two lovers. It can also be, like the birth of an idea, of empire, a beautiful thing that is enhanced, amplified, and only possible when. And I'm also getting a little bit of like, because it's love never ends. And wasn't it? Yes, love never ends. So there's this timelessness that is love. This is like a stream that we step back into. It's always there, it always exists. We just disconnect from it or not, right? We engage in it, we throw rocks in it, we swim in it, we bathe in it, we wash ourselves in it. We have our own relationships with it. And in that sense, it never dies. Let's just let the cards take us on an adventure. Okay, we'll get a rune. What are we talking about here? A rebirth, a new opportunity, another opportunity. If it was truly love, it never dies. We have a lot of facsimiles, we have a lot of facade, things that we think are love, but it's usually fear. And right when you are seeking one to fill voids, distract and deflect from self, that's not love, that's deflection, right? That's possession, that's something linked to a core that's outside of the love river. And these are all necessary steps. Think of it as like the pathway to the river, right? And I feel like in this life, in this world of remembering, re-remembering, a coming back to, right? It's like we are born in the river and then we take on our environment and are taken out of the river. And then it's our life is the journey back. Something like that. Okay. Give us a room. Which one are you giving us today? This one, okay. It's Fehu. Yes. This is abundance. This is the squirrel, the red squirrel, finding the golden acorn and being like, yes! Right? It's totally what he's saying, or she. Okay. Fehu is a high energy rune and it brings luck and fortune. Beautiful. It speaks of beginnings. I mean, that's in line with rebirth. This is a rune that refers to movable property like money or possessions. In readings, it references prosperity, in particular, that achieved through your own efforts. It can indicate financial security and successful business, property, and asset negotiations. Fehu can also mean reduced financial problems and unexpected good fortune. It is a sign of hope and plenty, success, and happiness. The keywords: wealth, luck, abundance, energy, and the fertility. Fertility. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Even. Beautiful and gorgeous, even. Okay. So we've got this gorgeous thing. Oh man, those lips. Sexy kissing time. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's a little bit of earth and water action there. She's giving me sun vibes. She's giving me sun vibes as the moon pops out. Okay, unknown. Secrets. Things hiding in the dark. I don't know. Sometimes the moon card can be scary, right? Because it is in the dark, but I don't declare this moon card as scary. Look, the moon is full and bright, and all of the things, all of the abundance around the river. There's the river. It's the river of love, and someone's floating on down it while this one is on its way to it, and who knows? There might be a divine timing situation here where it's like, hey, how you doing? It's like, oh, are you floating my way? Yes, I am. All right. Well, isn't this a nice evening, right? Beautiful. So, divine timing. All will be revealed in divine timing. This riverbank isn't going to look the same on a new moon, right? Things are a lot darker. But what's beautiful is the moon when it's not there, the stars are there to guide you. Oh, the universe. Okay, Moon River of Love. Gorgeous. Yes. Okay. Love that's protected. Emboldened. This is another aspect of internal union. It is a bond that lasts forever, right? And what it does is it takes the pressure off of external union, because you're not trying to fill a hole. You're not trying to fill a void. You're not needing someone to save you, rescue you, show you what this is, how to do that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? On a vibrational or emotional or a dependency type of way. And what happens is then it's we work or we don't work, and it's not going to shatter my world, right? So many people are scared of pursuing love because of the negative attachments that come along, right? They give love to people who are seeking to be filled, and then it becomes like, no, don't leave me because then I'm by myself, and right? Whereas when you are in divine union with self, then external union is about complementing. It's about expansion and amplification of what already is. And so if it doesn't work, that's okay. That's okay, right? Something like that. Okay. Okay. So we've got some beautiful things happening here. We've got towers coming out. So meditate when the towers come out. Okay, and this is making me think of yesterday. I guess it's because of the Mercury retrograde thing that's going on right now, or starting or moving into, or anyways. I was tripping and falling and knocking things over. I broke 3 things yesterday, like broke, like shattered. And, in every one of those moments, there was an opportunity for me to either be like, why? And what the frickin', right? Or, I recognized that that was one way I could have responded, and instead mindfully chose to be like, okay, I guess it's time to get rid of that, right? Like spirit was just helping me move energy around and get rid of stuff that it was time to go and whatever, right? And so it was like, oh, thank you. And then you clean it up and you move on. So, how you navigate through towers right now is ever really, but I think more so right now, in this rebirthing and prosperity, abundance, manifesting union, love, river basking time that we're in. That we're choosing, right? We're choosing this every day. And so meditate, right? Cleanse and clear, check in, breathe, right? Even if something happens, something shatters, something breaks, and you feel that reaction, that loss of control, need to dominate it with your frequency in the moment to get back in control, right? Like maybe that's a reason why we freak out when something breaks. It's nobody's fault. Accidents happen, right? But we end up talking bad to ourselves. Ah, you dumb idiot, look what you did. Or, um, and then we're like, I can't believe it. I can't believe, like, we're so hard on ourselves, right? Well, this isn't serving us. And this is not going to bring the thing back, right? So this is part of the release, allow, detachment, right? Trust the process. When things are falling away, let them, right? Let them. And what you're doing is you're signaling to the universe that you can handle unexpected, uncontrollable things, right? And you can also maintain your frequency no matter the external circumstances. And especially as we are shifting from a mindset into an abundance mindset, there's ripple or echo of the old ways that come back. Like, are you still responding in the same way? Are you still reacting in the same way? And so look at it as opportunities to do something different, to respond differently. And then eventually the echoes will start to shift and bring you more things, right? When something breaks that you lose and you are giving gratitude for it, even if you're like, oh, look, now there's an opportunity for, this old thing that's going, now there's an opportunity for a new thing to arrive and take its place, right? Whatever way you got to use to get your brain in the game, because yeah, it's peace, right? Peaceful nervous system. This is your magic, to be able to alchemize everything that comes your way, to turn adversaries, adversaric energy into fuel for you, for your growth, for your expansion, for your manifestations. You're a freaking magician. Yeah. You're embracing the unknown. You're taking any tower that presents itself and turning it into gold, right? Like this. This is the gold. You're like, acorn? Golden acorn. Okay, this is part of your authentic vision, shining magical powers that you have, okay? Queen of Wands energy is very much embodying this being passionate, creative, authentic, visionary, intuitive, right? We've got the black cat here. We've got the sunflower power. This is manifestation. This is taking sun energy and planting it into the earth and it multiplying abundance, right? This is what you do. You take the towers, you take the moments, the thoughts, the feelings, the things that aren't serving your love river flow, and you are putting it into the soil as mulch, right? You're turning it into nutrient rich soil so that everything that you plant is nurtured and abundant, right? This acorn has all the information. All it needs is a fertile soil to be planted in, and it will grow into a majestic, gorgeous oak tree, right? And the beautiful, beautiful symbiotic nature of the oak tree is that eventually it grows maitake at the bottom, which is called the dancing mushroom because it's so delicious that if anybody finds it, they immediately do the dance. Maitake. Good stuff. Okay, we went oak tree to maitake. What do we got here? Okay, this flew out onto the tower. So I feel like this is a wish that you have made that's about to come true in an unexpected way. That it causes a tower, that it causes an upheaval, that it causes a disruption in your usual, in your norm. And so, how are you responding to it? How will you respond to it? With gratitude, with ease, right? With calm. We're retraining the nervous system. Intuition, the high priestess, which is also the divine counterpart to the magician. Beautiful. Okay, the feeler, the knower, the seer, and the alchemist, transformer, the doer, right? The masculine energy is the doing, and the feminine energy is the being. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. So, you're rebirthing into abundance, into love flow. You're reconnecting to the river of love that never dies, right? It's always flowing. Okay. Well, let's see what the animal oracles have to say. Okay. Okay, animals. Oh, yeah. So, yesterday's reading for the love of animals came up, and it was like this whole predator prey thing. And then I read the book and it wasn't making sense and it got all wackadoo or whatever, but I was meditating on it and it didn't have to be so complicated. It's just about frequency, right? It's that the going within or staying without, the I'm worthy of love versus I'm not worthy of love. Are you a predator or are you a prey, right? Are you a victim or are you an active participant? Something like that. Okay. Okay. We got the sea serpent coming out, which is a message from spirit. It's also giving me egg and sperm vibes. Fertilization. So, spirits in the back. What we got? The sea serpent is the second chakra. Healing emotional wounds and expressing desires. Yes. Okay. So that back to the beginning and our modeling of what love is, right? Love is a perfect example of individual connotation. What love means to one person um, to the next, right? We all have our definition. There's lots of toxic situations where somebody is using love as an excuse to, or a band-aid to get away with abuse. And so for the abused in that situation, love is distorted and weaponized, right? This love that we're dipping into is the love that's eternal. This is the actual love. This is the kind of love that's unconditional. It's not, it doesn't need certain conditions to be right in order to be true. It just is. And part of this redefining, right? This is part of the healing work, is to go back, find those core wounds and pluck them out, right? And redefine for ourselves through our personal relationship with our hearts. That's where we find our path to the river. Okay. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures. The sea serpent and the second chakra. The subtle energy of the sea serpent occupies the area of the Svadhisthana, the Svadhisthana chakra, located deep within the pelvic bowl. This chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire and is associated with the water element. Svadhisthana translates as in her own abode, indicating the chakra is the home of the divine mother or Kundalini herself. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, there's definitely watery vibes. Also, yeah, look at this hand here. It's got these two rings together, and they look like they're opposite. So this balance, this is the divine union within. This is how you tap back in to the love that never ends, through your heart space, through your balancing within. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's get a mushroom card. Oopsa, oopsa. See what the mushrooms want to come out. I gotta go to the mushroom place today. See if they have any shiitake, because they're delicious. Oh, that's too many cards. Okay, that's too many cards. Just one, please. Just one card for us today. Thank you. What do we got here? The verdigris agaric. Verdigris agaric. Impress. A number 31. Okay. Let's see. What does this one have to say for us today? You are beautiful. Okay. There you go. And what you are doing is beautiful. You and your purpose need to stand out because you are different. And this is exactly what is needed at this time. It is a time to make yourself seen and show the world the beauty you have to offer. This is a beautiful card to pull, indicating it is something or someone's time to really make an impression. Standing out for being different or unique can be daunting, but rest assured, it will be worth it. What impresses you in others? Are there certain qualities you admire that you could benefit by taking on yourself? Is there someone who could really use a compliment at the moment because they don't fully believe in themselves? Whatever the situation or the person, this card is saying now is the time. Don't wait any longer. The world needs more unique and beautiful beings in the world. Be that person. Get that project off the ground or help elevate someone who needs you. When you stand up and make an impression on someone, it can have a life-changing effect on them. You never know who may be watching in silence and admiring your beauty. You might help someone find their path by watching your journey and seeing how brave you are by standing out and making yourself seen. You never know how long we are here for, so make your life count. Your purpose doesn't need to be a big one. Just do it well and stand proud. Beautiful. And we've got some rainbow confirmations coming in at that moment, okay? Yes, this is about standing in your authenticity. I feel like if the Queen of Wands were a mushroom, she would be Vergatus, Verdigris, Agaric. Okay. Yes, she would. Beautiful. Yes, frequency, resonance, right? You don't have to be, standing on the side of the road with a sandwich board and a microphone. What are those things? Ampliphone, micro. No, I don't know what it's called, so I can't think of it. Megaphone? Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. You can just be holding your authentic frequency as you go to the grocery store, as you interact with the people that you interact with, smiling, shining, being um, a holder of the light frequency, holder of the love flow, right? It's like, think of it as, you're just playing in the river and people are walking by and you're like, hey, and just having a good time. And they're like, that looks fun. That looks refreshing. That looks, maybe I'll just take a little trip and move a little closer to that water and see what's going on. And right? Leading by example. So, no small thing is actually a small thing. Yes, no small thing is actually a small thing. Okay, let's get a archetype here. Real quick, like. I guess archetypes aren't very quick, are they? Gorgeous, though. Gorgeous. We got the seed, okay? Speaking of rebirth and abundance and new beginnings, right? We've got the seed, okay? This is possibilities. This is the acorn, right? It holds all the information it needs to become its greatest and best. It just needs the right environment. What is the environment? Your frequency, right? Your internal tending. And then we have the judge, okay? And this is about being your own judge, jury, and executioner. Having discernment and being able to discern. And you do this through your connection with self, right? With your heart, with your nervous system, checking in. How do I feel? How does that make me feel? Is this a yes moment or is this a no moment, right? Get really good at that. This is your intuition working with you, letting you know, like, yes, this is the way, and no, this isn't the way, right? And that is, I think, one of the most valuable things that we can do for ourselves is to learn how to move in that way in every moment, right? Yes. Okay, let's get some love medals over here. These ones. Okay, yes, we want the peaceful nervous system. This is what it's about, right? We do a lot of these and it starts to compound inside of each itself, right? It starts to create this soul suckingness. We want to do all of this because this is expansion, this is growth, this is heart based yeses versus no's, right? You know, we're figuring it out, right? Treat yourself good. Treat yourself as if you were the love of your life. How are you going to do it? What does that look like? Define it, figure it out, set the bar, right? Step in to the river of love and flow. Okay? You are worthy. You are worthy of feeling loved, and you don't need anybody else to get there. Okay? They are others are a reflection of your internal states. You want external love? Get there internally. Get to the point where you no longer need it from the external, and that's when it comes. That's when you line up with others in the river, right? Just like these two little crabbies. Divine timing. All rivers lead to the sea. Okay, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Get out there, ask questions, find, dig. And again, when you're doing your own research, it is your connection with your intuition and your heart that lets you know when things feel true or not, or relevant, and learn to trust that, right? Especially in this day and age with all of the, deep fakes and disbelief, and there's all kinds of levels of things going on right now. It's all serving, whether it's aware of it or not, to help us find our way back to the river, right? When we're bombarded, do this, do that, do this other thing, it's about quieting the mind. You're not listening to the external. They could be remnants of the old ways, old projections of yourself that you have evolved from. You need to center, go in, find that quiet space within, and feel your way. Okay? You're highly intuitive. You're a freaking high priestess magician. Okay? I'm getting goosebumps right now because it's true. This is part of your authenticity, is magic. Okay? Yes. Feel it to heal it. This is part of the excavation, right, of the core wounds that need to be healed. And so when you're feeling something, when you notice a trigger or an emotion that is strong in one direction or another, then these are indicator lights, right? Grab onto it and follow the path back to the beginning and unplug it, right? I don't know, now it's some sort of yarn that got away from itself, but it was tied to the end, right? And you had to find the end. I don't know, maybe there's always gems and gold. There's always treasures at the end. This is part of the rewards that we receive when we do the work. I mean, yes, it is also, this peaceful nervous system and no longer being triggered by external things when the external things accidentally trip on or over these wounds within, right? But there's also gold there. There's also gems there that we can take, and then we always have. These are gems of wisdom. This is gems of experience that fosters wisdom, right? Priceless. Okay, conscious breathing. This is exactly how you navigate those reactionary moments, right? When, something happens, like it breaks or it falls or you knock it over or, something like that happens, to just pause for a second, right? Take a couple deep breaths and then deal with it, right? Conscious breathing, it brings you back in. You are the one who chooses how you respond. You are not a single celled amoeba that when you poke it, it reacts, okay? You are a multidimensional conscious being who is capable and has free will. And so stop, breathe, center, and then engage. And see how this is another, right? This is those tower moments, how you respond to the tower moments. This is where your magic is. Harness it, strengthen it, and then you become unfuckwithable. Nothing externally decides how you respond. only you. And that's power. Cleanse your energy. Okay. Yes, because we can pick up stuff from the collective atmosphere. Lots of invisible things floating around us. And so, a strong auric field, a strong energetic field, things are bouncing off and repelling instead of finding little leaks and fissures and holes and wiggling its way in there. And then now you have doubts, now you have fears, now you have whatever the case may be that is holding you out of the love river. Okay. We want to float down the love river. And we want to be floating down the love river and to find love. And we're finding it also in that river. Okay, what do we got here? Let's see. Let's see. What do we got here? Look at this gorgeous reading here. Beautiful, beautiful. This is what I've been staring at. Okay. So I love this. You're being rebirthed into, this divine union within your this love flow, this endless, boundless, unconditional love. This is the abundance, right? Now you are able to see the beauty, the lessons, the gold. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? We got the little turtle. Okay, slow and steady. This is a rewriting of your nervous system, of all of your systems. It takes the time it needs to take. Have grace, have patience, and you'll get there. You get there. Okay, we're rewriting generations of programming, not just this life. So be easy on yourself. Okay. We've also got luck coming in. Luck be a lady tonight. Okay, I feel like your intuition is helping you find those lucky breaks, those lucky moments by being receptive, by being open, by being in tune. Okay, look at this connection to your spirit team, that they are with you and speaking to and through you, through your own connection to self, right? You create a clear pathway. Your intuition is the switchboard. No, is that too old? Okay. Your intuition is the middle guy who connects your spirit team to your heart. Okay? Something like that. And then we've got this little scooter, and I feel like this is messages on its way. Okay, love messages perhaps because it's heading to the river. We also have this elephant. Yesterday's reading, the two elephants. It was about your herd, not your herd, your well, if you were an elephant, yes, your herd, your soul tribe. Okay, coming to meet you. But also, no, this one is the elephant that you ride that takes you and shows you around, right? You get on its back and then it walks its path. It knows where it's going. And all you have to do is to enjoy the ride. Okay? And so this elephant is the river, and you're trusting and surrendering to it to bring you to where you need to go. Okay? And then we've got the celebration. So I feel like your tower situations, I mean, it's linked to the unknown here. So, not all towers are destructive. No, I think all towers are in a certain degree, but some of them are a welcomed disruption, a celebratory one. Okay, and then we've got this land animal. Okay, and this is validating for me this holding firm regardless of your external. Let the external crumble around you, knowing that it is a necessary part to rebuild bigger and better. Okay, old systems need to die in order to rebirth the new ones. The old version of self needs to die in order for the new one to be reborn. The old imposed, distorted ideas of what love is needs to die in order to truly embrace and be embraced by the love that never ends. Gorgeous. Okay. Wowza, wowza. Okay, there you have it. Love and appreciate you. I hope there was some little bits of tender treats for you to nibble on or stick in your crock pot and stew on for later, whatever the case may be. Do it lovingly. Choose love. You are a freaking magical being. So start knowing this and live your life as if and watch it grow into its gorgeous, abundant potential. Okay? Love and appreciate you. See you next time.